Hello everyone, Becky Brett here. I am shuffling cards for our weekly reading. Welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I do a weekly reading based on the Labyrinth Oracle cards, and the reading is about what we need to release, receive, and then integrate into our lives in the coming week, based on the mantra of the labyrinth: release, receive, return. And so I have shuffled. I'm about to cut the deck, and then I will sit down and do our reading. So what does our community need to release, receive, ooh, interesting, and then return or integrate into our week? Okay. So, and we're anchored by interesting. All right, let me sit down and share with you what has just come up. So, in the release position is observer or detachment. In the receive position is room or secret. I'm excited to see what comes up. DM me or message or comment wherever you're seeing this. Let me know your secrets. Okay, you don't have to let me know your secrets, but I'm interested to know what kind of stuff comes up. And then in the integrate is corner or restriction. This came up for another reading I did just last night too. I find this interesting. And then we are anchored by the 10 of flags or legacy. Flags represent our self-expression. So how are we, what kind of legacy of self-expression are we leaving this week? That's sort of the overarching theme of this week's reading then. Let's also keep in mind that there's a full moon, so releasing is another theme for this week. What do we need to let go of in order to leave this legacy that we want to leave? The full moon happens on Wednesday, May 26th. So let's dive in. Keep in mind, please, this is a general reading, so you assign meaning as it pertains to you. I will tell you what the card means and what sort of intuitively comes up for me. And then, but if there's something specific in your life that it could apply to, fantastic, exciting. Let me know in the comments. All right, starting with the observer, detachment. So when we release detachment, that doesn't mean to form unhealthy attachments. Instead of being the observer this week, look at moments where you can dive in, take ownership, take responsibility, really like get in the middle of things. Like this is the week that you need to not be so detached. So dive in. Yeah, release the need to be separate from what's happening, from what you're working on, from your process, from your colleagues. This is a time to not separate yourself so much. Okay, next up is the room in the receive position. Receive secrets. This is one of my favorite cards because it's so pretty. I mean, look at it. So you're surrounded by stone and tile. Interesting, it's not a maze made of bricks. So stone and tile. And in the middle of this room is this beautiful patch of flowers. And a room in a maze is not the center point of the maze. It's not the final destination, but it's a nice resting place. And it's a nice little surprise. It's a nice surprise. So what this is telling me is this is a good time to be open to surprises, open to what you don't know. What you don't know could be beautiful and magical. What you don't know yet. could be beautiful and magical. Arrive at that place and receive it. Receive this new information. Receive what was hidden from you. Maybe it may be something that you're not allowed to tell other people about. But this is a really beautiful receptive moment for you, that you're going to see something and it's just going to be gorgeous and exciting and affirming, and like, I'm really excited for you, for all of us. This is a community reading, so I'm excited to see what reveals itself this week for us. And then in the return position or integration, so when you walk into a maze, you walk in to release something that's not serving you anymore. And then when you get to the middle, you receive whatever it is, information, inspiration, instructions, relationships, whatever it is that you're supposed to receive in the middle. And then as you walk out, you integrate what you've received into your life. So you return back to your life with this new information. And so having restriction in this position is not so thrilling necessarily, but it could be. What I mentioned last night to my client was that there is creativity to be found in restriction. That, it's almost hard. It's harder. It requires more creativity to write a sonnet than it does free verse. Now, don't come at me, free verse poets. Don't come at me. But it can be more. It can be more creative. Those of us in the nonprofit world know that, especially like with budget restrictions, we got to get creative, and that's certainly a corner we get backed into. And it's not even getting backed into a corner; it's just forcing you to go a certain way. Ooh, actually, that just kind of hit me. So you're going, and then you're forced to turn another way. That might be what this integration piece is about also, that what you learn, the secrets you learn, are going to force you to go in a certain direction, and don't resist it, or else you're just going to be hitting your head against a brick wall. You're welcome. Wow. Please tell me what this is for you when it comes up later in the week, or it might come up Monday. Who knows? Time is fluid, right? So all of this is to say that when you release your detachment, when you receive these new surprises, this new information that you didn't know, but is so beautiful, and it's going to force you in a direction, this is all about what kind of legacy of self-expression you're leaving. So maybe this is, if you're about to embark on a big artistic project, use this information to inform how that project moves forward, so that you can leave a lasting legacy here. Whew, that was exciting. Oh my gosh, what a week coming up. Keep in mind that, with the full moon, it is a time of releasing, and what do you want to let go? What sort of detachment do you want to detach yourself from? That is a little crazy sounding. But I don't know, it's going to make sense to somebody at some point this week. I also wanted to pull some cards from my new deck, which is called Witch's Kitchen. So here's what the back of them looks like. And these are oracle cards focused on food, because I'm a foodie. I love my food. And so let me shuffle these a bit and ask them, what is our recipe for success this week? Tell me our recipe for success this week. All right. Recipe for success this week. And I will need to refer to the book. Here's the book, because this is a new deck for me. I don't know it as well as I know the Labyrinth Oracle deck, but already this deck and I have had some fun. So, all right, I'll pull I'll pull 3 cards for our recipe for success this week. So we have thyme, courage. We have sugar for sweetness. Man, I'm working to give up sugar this week. The hell, cards. Oh well, I don't have to consume it. And then rosemary or memories. Sorry for the glare. Rosemary. So, our recipe for success this week includes thyme, sugar, and rosemary. Use these in your cooking this week or your food preparation. And with sugar, if you are not doing processed sugar, add sweetness in whatever way you can. So let's talk about these. Again, a general reading, so you assign meaning as you want. And let's take a look at what thyme, or the courage of thyme, can mean for us this week. So thyme's guidance is, resistance is futile as you walk the witch's solitary path of no return. Once magic is born within, it can never die. I will support you as you step out of the witchy broom closet and declare to the world who you really are. It's time to burn brightly as you commit to your magical path, no matter the opinions of others. Know that you are safe as you massage in my oil, as the warriors of old did to induce the courage needed for battle. As you face challenges head on, I will reinforce your bravery and strength. Add me to your bathwater or sew me into undergarments to increase vigor. Weave me into your hair to enhance allurement as you face the world. Plucky determination is what's required as you stand up to adversity, fight for your rights, and become the hero of your own story. I love it. I love this. Thyme. Thank you. So what this is saying is you are supported as you step out boldly. Step out boldly. You're supported in that. Be brave. Plucky determination is what is required. Love it. Okay, what does sugar have to say to us? Harness all your desires by adding some sweetness to your life. My sweet crystal power is irreplaceable when it comes to working with sugar magic in ritual and attraction spells. When you utilize my sugary charms in candy spells, I will magnetize all that you wish to allure, such as a lover, friendship, money, and beauty. Sprinkle me in nature to summon the elementals, or burn a sugar cube to communicate with the spirits you wish to invoke. As I sweeten any culinary dish, I'll delight your tongue and entice your taste buds. When your mood turns sour, burn me to sweeten you up, or perform some sweetening magic on another whose words have a bitter edge. As you sugarcoat a situation, you are supported by the sweet smell of magic, which really will be the icing on the cake. So, what this is saying to me, what sugar is saying to me is, when you come up against bitterness, sprinkle in some sweetness. A very, very good friend of mine is fond of reminding me that I catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. And that is true. You will attract things to you with sweetness, more sweetness than you will with harsh words or bitterness. I'm not saying there's never a place for those things, but our recipe for success this week calls for more sweetness than bitterness. Try it. It might be hard to do, believe me, but try it out and see how it works. You can always go back to being sour. Nothing's keeping you from it. Okay, the third card in our recipe for success is rosemary, or memories. So let's see what the guidance is on that from the Witch's Kitchen. Echoes of your distant past sound all around when you find me growing nearby. Remembering those special moments remind you of who you have been and how far you've come. Messages from long ago evoke sweet recollections that play out as visions in your imagination and embrace your heart with warm feelings of memorable love. However, old memories that haunt your dreams and invade your thoughts remind you of the darker times you'd rather forget. Right, Oakley? I agree. Okay, girl. There's someone. Sorry. Oakley, we're good. Hey, hey, baby, come here. We're okay. She doesn't believe me, and I can't make her stop. Give me a second. Okay, we're all right. That's enough. That's enough, sweetheart. She just had to get one more in there. There are people walking. She doesn't like it. Okay, that's enough. All right, getting back to Rosemary's guidance. Let's see. I said old memories that haunt your dreams and invade your thoughts remind you of the darker times you'd rather forget. Hold me in meditation or spend time with me in the kitchen, for my purification properties will dislodge the heavy and unpleasant energies that have been hanging around as of late. Use the cleansing smoke of my dried leaves or add a strong rosemary infusion to the bath to banish toxic vibes, for I am a powerful, energetic purifier. I did not know that about rosemary. I mean, like we all know about sage, right? But I did not know that about rosemary. The magic of how you once felt will return as you transcend forward into your destiny. Okay. So if I take these 3 cards as a story for this week and look at time, sugar, and rosemary, what this tells me is that it is the week to step out boldly with sweetness and to release the bad memories, the things that have been holding us back. Ooh. And it's a good week for that with the full moon. So release what's been holding you back. Release negative self-talk and ruminating on the things that didn't go right. That's not going to serve you this week. Okay, so have the courage to step out. Have the courage to be sweet and kind in your dealings with people. And this reading is anchored by black pepper or banishment. So I think that this is saying banish the things that don't serve you anymore, the memories of mistakes and all this stupid stuff we've done. Talking to myself here too, and let those go, banish them, and let in more sweetness. So, all right, that's our readings for this week. I don't know if I will continue to do both sets of cards. That was kind of cool. Maybe I'll use them to inform each other. I don't know. I'm going to play around with it and see what comes up. In other news this week, I'm going to start talking about a new program I'm developing for late summer. And I haven't decided yet exactly if it is like a multi-day thing or a one-day intensive, or I'm not sure what format it's going to take, but I am marinating on something around goal setting because I've learned a new way to set goals, and I love setting goals. What I don't love is setting SMART goals because they feel like they don't serve me. They serve someone else's idea of what needs to be done or accomplished. They don't really serve what my soul craves. And I learned this other way of setting goals. I'm like, oh my God, I bet people in my orbit would want to know about this and learn about it and be able to do this for themselves. And since September is the new January, right? There's that feeling of getting back to school, even if we're not in school or we don't have kids. Like there's that same like back to school vibe. And, wrapping up the calendar year, if you're on a calendar year cycle for your business or in your creative life, like it's a time for, at least in the arts, seasons are going to be starting up. So like theater seasons, concert seasons. So there's that whole vibe of like renewal of goals for the year. And so I'm marinating right now on what format that's going to take, but I am excited to bring that to you. So just keep your eyes out for that, for more information about that. That'll be happening at the end of August. I'm thinking like before Labor Day weekend, because I think a lot of us are doing maybe doing family things or friend things, but it'll happen like maybe that last week of August before Labor Day weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be delicious and sweet. Thanks a lot for watching. If you want to get in touch with me, comment, DM me. Happy to chat. If you are looking for a coach for yourself, I have an application that I can send you. I'm happy to send that out to you. And in the meantime, have a fantastic week. I will see you next week. Bye for now.